So guys, I have dollars, I have ones and twos, I have Indian money, I believe it's rupees, so 100 rupees. I have some money from Macedonia, basically worthless. I have some dirhams from UAE. I have some Turkish liras, also worthless. Have some Serbian dinars, also some money from Romania, some Singaporean dollars. Guys, I'm rich already. I don't need you and you don't need me. Everything is said and done. There's nothing left to do except to enjoy ourselves with this 50 bucks. Then, once you have done this, the next thing you can do when we are talking about investing are the things where you employ your money to make more money. So basically, you're not doing a lot, so you're not trading your own time to get that money. You're putting the money to work. So putting money to work. Money creates money. What can we do and where can we put our money in order to get more money? Well, for the first part, let's say stocks. Basically, stocks are, let's say, pieces of paper that says that you own a certain percentage of some company. So you go, you evaluate some kind of company, you read what it does, what are the products, what is the demand, the supply, are they doing well, will the demand grow over time, what is the team, what kind of team is, are there professionals, are they a good team, cohesive team, and so on. And based on different types of financial and non-financial parameters, you come to a conclusion whether or not you want to buy a stock. The most stupidest thing that you can do is to buy a stock from a company that you don't know anything about. Then it's gambling. So you should put in some kind of stocks. For you and I, who are not maybe such good experts in evaluating the markets, evaluating the companies, but you want to invest in some kind of companies, in some stocks, what I suggest is to invest your money into some kind of indexes. Let's say S&P 500. What is S&P 500? Basically, it's a basket of stocks from 500 the biggest and most wealthiest and the most successful companies in the USA. Why? Because it's the lowest risk that you can take to invest into good and stable companies with good products in America. It makes sense. The New York, let's say, stock exchange is the biggest stock exchange. The American stock exchange are the biggest, the most known. There is a lot of liquidity, a lot of money flowing there. So why not? And over the year, it tends to have around 8% of interest, so yearly. And it's not always 8, sometimes it's 12% interest. Sometimes you get 5%, some years you get minus 3%, but when you do the average through last 50 years, it's around 8% annually that you can get out of this S&P 500. So how you can invest? Don't be stupid like I was on the beginning. So you started to look on the markets of the charts, and you have a price chart, you have some index. Let's say this is S&P index, this is time. So this is first to 12 months, okay? And then this is the price, okay? And then you're looking at the graph and you see, oh, it's going up, it's going up. I should buy because the value is going up. And it's the most common mistake. And you buy here, and then in 99.9%, this value will go here. So the price will go down for some reason, because of some political event or some war broke out, something, or it doesn't matter why. So the price went down, and then you chicken out, and then you sell all of your stocks, all of your positions. What this means? This means you have, let's say, bought it at $300 and you sell it at $150. It means that you have lost 50% of the value that you have invested. But if, in most of the cases, if you just let it flow, you don't do anything with that portfolio, it very often what it does, it starts to go up. So it's like this. So I can now show you basically how the S&P 500 looks like. So you can see here, so this is the S&P 500 index over this year, through this year. So you can see from 2023 to 2024, so it went up. So the basic trend, it goes up. Let's say from 3,700 to today's 5,700. But it has these dips. So it goes up and down, up and down. And you should, if you want to do that, I'm not suggesting, you should be doing exactly the opposite. You should buy low and sell high. You should bought here and you should sell here. Of course, you cannot predict the future. You don't know when is the top of the price and when is the bottom of the price. That's why the best thing that you can do is basically something that is called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. What does it mean? It's the most stupid method that you can do. You decide to put, let's say, the same amount of money each month on a certain day. Let's say on the 15th of each month, you will put $100 into this index. What does it mean? It means you will buy it here, 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 okay? So you bought it, and when you calculate the average of this all buys, you will then see that the average price is here. And that's when you're looking on the long run, on, let's say, on the resolution of 20 or 30 years, then you simply don't care when you buy, you're simply buying, and you get approximately 8% now annual return. So that is what I suggest. Where you can do this, I'm using something that's called eToro application. So you can see here on my mobile phone, you have here eToro. So this application gives you the possibility to buy different kinds of assets like stocks. So you have stocks here, different kinds. Then crypto, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and many more. You have different kind of indices, like you can see here, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and so on. Some commodities like oil, gold, silver. So this is all things that you can buy. ETFs. So what are the ETFs? So I have to tell you, so just to give you a definition. So this is a type of investment fund that holds a collection of assets such as stocks, bonds, commodities, or a combination of these, and it's traded on a stock exchange. It's much like an individual stock. Those ETFs are designed to track the performance of a specific index, sector, commodity, or some other assets. And they offer investors a way to gain exposure to diversified portfolio without needing to buy each individual security within that portfolio. So it's basically a basket of goodies, stock goodies. And you can see here now this SPY. It's an ETF that follows this S&P 500. Basically, you have here a trade button. You push trade. You select how much you want to buy. Let's say you want to buy $200 worth of this SPY. You have to be careful. The leverage has to be ×1. We are not talking about trading now, because if you want to trade so-called CFDs, so call for difference, then you can select a higher leverage. But we should leave this alone for now, for another episode when we are going to talk about trading, about the liquidation price and so on. That's why you have to put it for now ×1. And then basically what you will say buy, and that's it. Also, you have here an estimated costs saying that for this transaction you will have to pay a one-time fee for spread, for the difference between the ask and the bid price. So there will be a one-time fee, but nevertheless it's one time and that's it. If you increase the leverage, it will increase the exposure you have on the market. You will be in danger of liquidation of your funds, but also you have additional costs like overnight fees and so on, because the markets are like companies, they are open on working hours. If you want to have your trade open during the nights, during the weekends, then you will have to pay a fee for this platform to hold your position active. So basically, when you're buying assets, you want to buy assets that produce something or they retain the value. If you are talking about something like gold, like crypto, so I'll clean this. Gold and crypto are something that tends to hold the value, so some store of value. It's not producing anything specific. Crypto is also technology, so you have to bear that in mind. But also someone will say, oh, no, but gold, it's used in some kind of industries. So it's, let's say, it's used for some chip technology, chip industry. And I would say, okay, and in other industries. But believe me, it's 10% is industry use. And 90% of this gold is investment gold. Investment gold, it's golden reserves, and it's jewelry. Okay? So 90% of the gold basically is not doing anything, it's not producing anything. But it tends to hold value during the thousands of years. Historically speaking, it's one of the best assets you can put your money in, especially to fight the inflation. Okay? Also, you have to know that there are different kinds of gold, and I will have a special episode only on that. So you have standard gold like jewelry, bracelets, and such thing. And then you have something that's called investment gold. You have golden bars, bullions, and such things. And those are 24 karat gold. And it's a special type of gold, and it tends to have a higher value than regular gold in bracelets and so on. So if you have 100 grams of bracelets, gold bracelet, and you have 100 grams of a golden bar, like an investment golden bar, the bracelet and the bar are both 24 carats, the investment bar will have a higher value. So the price of this golden bar will be higher. Okay, so just for you to know. One of the biggest problems of this category of investments like gold and crypto is the only way that you can earn in crypto is to buy one Bitcoin at price $15,000 per Bitcoin and sell it at 75,000. Okay? I will now show you. We can see the graph of Bitcoin. And you can see here, I will just put it on 1 day for you to see. So current price is around $70,000 per one Bitcoin. But there were times when the Bitcoin was 7,000. It was, doesn't matter, it was even lower. So maybe 2,000, 3,000 per Bitcoin. So the only way is to buy here, buy low. It's always like that. You have to buy low and you have to sell high in order to gain some profits. And you have to know if there is a higher demand for this asset than the supply is. Currently, for Bitcoin, it is such a huge demand that the current price of $70,000 is not even near the actual price it should be. The actual price, it should be way over 100K. And that's why it's, let's say, very smart with, let's say, very low risk to buy crypto even now and hold it for at least, let's say, half a year. And the projection is that you will gain something in crypto in the next 6 months because of the bull run. So the price will most probably go up when we take into consideration everything that's happening, the elections in the USA, how much money from the institution was poured in, the rate cuts of the USA will go down. So you understand, there is a lot of effects on the price of crypto, and basically based on everything that we have and we know today, the price will most probably go up. Okay, so this is the thing that you have to realize about the gold and the crypto. So you will earn something only if you find someone that will pay more than you paid. That's it. Why the crypto is good? We'll have a separate episode only on crypto, but why is it good as a store of value? Because it cannot be artificially made. It is a technology, it is a blockchain technology. It has a limited supply, at least Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, you have 21 millions of Bitcoins. You cannot mine, you cannot produce more Bitcoins than that. Each transaction is irreversible, it's immutable, it cannot be changed. The whole protocol, the whole mechanism is opened, it's distributed, it's not centralized. Everything is open, every transaction is visible. You know for every Bitcoin from what address it go to what address, so you know everything. It's independent. It works 24/7. So if you want to send Bitcoin Sunday in, I don't know, in 1 o'clock in the morning, you can do it. So there is no technological restrictions. You don't have to wait your bank to open because it's not doing transactions over the weekend. You can control and own your own Bitcoin. You can self-custody your Bitcoin and so on. It has a tendency to go up in value. So that's why it's a good type of investment. It doesn't have inflation problems because you cannot make more than 21 million of Bitcoins and so on and so on. That's why crypto, especially Bitcoin, is one of the good things where you can put your money in. So if you don't have a lot of money, first what you can do is to put a small chunk money aside and put it regularly each month. So I said it, dollar cost averaging into some kind of, let's say, stocks or something like that. First, you have to invest in your skills, in your own businesses. What kind of businesses it can be? Whatever you have a skill and there is a high demand for it. Also, there is one specific thing that you can do. Also, I'm doing it. It's called, maybe the easiest way to earn additional money today is called affiliate marketing. What does it mean? If it means that you promote someone else's product, and then you get a percentage cut from the profits of the sale of that product. And that's basically it. But you don't have to make the product, you don't have to store the product, you don't have to sell the product, you just promote it. And where do you promote it? You can promote it wherever you like. The most easiest way to do it is to use social networks like TikTok, Instagram, etc. Then you promote someone else's product. So you have a product, okay? This product gives you a link, gives a link to BVibe. I'm using this link and I'm promoting this link in my TikTok. And if someone else, a buyer, goes to the TikTok, goes to this link, buys this product for, let's say, $200, there is a, let's say, a profit of, doesn't matter, $100. And then you get a cut of this profit, and then you say, okay, you will get, BVibe will get $50 for each sale that comes from the buyers that were redirected through my link. It's called affiliate link. And basically this is one of the easiest way today you can earn money. There are people that are earning over tens of millions of dollars using this method. Why not? So we have covered invest in yourself, invest in your business. This is the type of the business, let's say today, that you can get into and make an additional income stream. As additional investments, we also covered a few of them. So we said already stocks and bonds. And I said, okay, I'm using personally eToro application, and I'm putting regularly each month. So I'm using dollar cost averaging each month. I'm putting aside some percentage of my, so I said 40% of my leftover money. From this 40%, let's say I'm putting 20% into stocks each month. Then what you can have is crypto, and there are a lot of applications that you can use in order to buy crypto. I'm just now going to show you few of them. So let's say you have maybe crypto.com, Binance, Bybit, Coinbase, Trust Wallet, I don't know, Tangem, Maxi, and so on, MetaMask, and so on. Let's say we're going to the Coinbase now. You go here, you have a list of all the cryptos that you can buy. You can go here, say buy and sell. You press buy. You say what you want to buy. Let's say you want to buy Bitcoin. Okay, here is Bitcoin. And then it says, okay, how much Bitcoin you want to buy. I say, okay, I want to pay with my Apple Pay account. I want to buy 100 euro worth of Bitcoin. And I will get 0.001483 Bitcoin. And that's it. And basically that's it. One of the biggest tips that I can give you now is, once you buy crypto on some kind of exchange, so all of these exchanges that I have shown you, those are called CEX or centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Maxi, or something like that, Bybit. Once you have bought your crypto there, please guys, please move your crypto into your wallet. We will go through this on the episode that will be devoted only for the crypto, but once you buy your cryptos, please, from the exchanges, move it to your wallet. Moving your crypto to the wallet, it means that you send crypto from the address that's on the exchange to your personal wallet address. And you should be always in custody of your own Bitcoin, of your own crypto. You never know what will happen to these exchanges. Will they go broke, bust, or I don't know why and what. And you want to have your crypto secured. That's why it's very logical for you to have your Bitcoins or your cryptos in your own wallet. It's the same thing if you're going to an exchange when you go to some country, then you exchange your dollars to something, let's say in Hungary it's forints. You will not leave the forints in that exchange and said to the guy in the exchange office, oh, put it aside somewhere, I will come, in 1 year. Maybe they will go broke. Maybe they will close that exchange office. So it's not logical, it's not wise to leave it on the exchange. And I will show you how you can put it somewhere else on your own self-custody wallets. They can be cold or hot, let's say on the cold self-custody wallet. Also, what I want to say is if you go to my personal page, BVibe, you can see here a lot of links. One of those links here is the Bybit link. If you are using this link to buy crypto or to trade or something like that, you will get up to $6,000 worth of deposit bonuses. So if you want, use my link. Also, there is a link to a Tangen wallet. It's a self-custody cold wallet that you can use and you'll get 10% off if you are using my own link, which is in the page, YouTube page. Okay, also you have here my link for eToro applications that you can use. The next thing that we want to cover here are the most maybe obvious and most popular ways of investments is real estate. Okay, so how you can make money in real estate? By two ways, by appreciation of the real estate itself. So it tends to go up in value if the demand for the real estate is bigger than supply, obvious. And then rent. If you're renting your apartment, then you will get monthly rent. So as any other asset class, if you have a real estate, if the demand is higher than supply, this asset will go up in price. Simple as that. That's called appreciation. So if you want to buy some kind of real estate, buy it on the place when there is a lot of demand, when there is a lot of inflow of new people, and there is a limited supply of housing units. And I personally am using Stake application. So guys, you don't have to buy the whole apartment, so you can invest only a percentage in some apartment, let's say in Dubai, and then you will get a proportional amount of your rental income depending on how much in percentage wise you have invested in that apartment. So if you invested 20% of the apartment, you will get 20% of the rent. If you invested 1% of the value of the apartment, you will get only 1% of the rent. But if you reinvest all the money from the rent, all the money from the appreciation of this apartment, and then you also invest your own money each month, so you're, let's say, putting aside 20 or 30% of your investment money into real estate, then the value will add up and then you will have this compounding interest effect. So I can now show you this application. Now we can see here, this is a Stake application. You have different kinds of apartments from which you can choose, basically on different positions in Dubai, on different neighborhoods. You can see different pictures. You can see what's the estimation of 5-year total return, the yearly investment return, the projected net yield. You can see what's the current price of this 4-bed townhouse. It's $1,072,292. And you can see how much is it already funded. So it's, let's say this one is 52% funded. So 52% of the price of the apartment is already paid by many of the share and stakeholders. And once it is 100, then the application, the stake company will buy that apartment, and you will get the share certificate and the title deed that says how much of the apartment you own, and then you will start to get your monthly rent. Also, what are the investments that you can have? Especially today, we are living in this digital era. It is called digital content. So you can create some kind of digital content that adds value. So some online tutorials, learning materials, learning video materials, and so on. And then you can put a price on it, and then you can resell it over and over again. So basically you create it one time, and then you resell it n times, multiple times. So that's basically passive income once you create the initial digital content materials. Also, what you want to have is shares in some kind of business. It's not like stocks, so you are directly putting your money to have ownership. So because maybe that company is not publicly traded, so it's not on some kind of exchange, it's some kind of private company, then you pay in and invest in that company, you get 30, 40, let's say if you pay 30, 40% of the shares of the ownership, because you believe in that company, you believe in that products, in the team, and so on. The one thing that is very important for investments is if you invest in other people's businesses, that you don't, let's say, work in that business. You don't spend your time working for that company. So you're just investing. So I said also digital content, then the royalties. So basically maybe you are selling some kind of copyrights, or you're selling a right to someone to use your music or something like that. That is a good way of earning additional money. Every kind of business that's transactional, recurring, it generates you monthly recurring and easily predictable profits and revenues. At the end, it's a special asset class that's very dear to me. It's art, watches, and so on. Why? Because, as I said also, as for gold and crypto, it's all about supply and demand. If you have a high available art, let's say from Picasso or Rembrandt or something like that, if you have one and only picture that he made, and there are 10,000 people that want to buy that picture, obviously that picture will cost millions and millions of dollars. Simple as that. Also, this refers also to watches, especially these investment-like watches, such as Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille. So these are some of the finest watches that you can buy, and you can put some kind of value inside, and you can preserve that value. Also, there are cars, collectible cars, like Ferraris, old Ferraris especially. So they're saying, okay, the rich people are buying dumb shit like Ferraris, they're bragging, they're showing off, they're flexing, showing their watches. Okay, they are flexing a bit, okay, that's true, but they're not spending their money. They're positioning and investing their money into something. They're reallocating their money somewhere else, and that thing where they put that money, it tends to hold value. So they are just moving the money. They are not spending the money. They can always sell this Rolex or this car. So, and once again, it's better to have something that is in high demand, in low supply, obviously. again, you have this long and short-term investments. For the long-term investments, let's say for S&P 500, obviously will not get $1 million tomorrow if you start with $100 a month, but you should start now. And we have shown the compounding interest, the math, and you have seen that it will add up to over $1 million in 40, 50 years. But that's a long-term game, and you have to be very patient and be very, very, let's say, disciplined. If you are more into this high profit, high risk thing, then you have to pay attention, you have to read, you have to check the environment, check the businesses, and so on. You have to be vigilant about that. So if you are like me in crypto and you're watching what's going on, what is the current price, what's going on in America with the elections, with this or that, then you can also put, but not everything, just a portion of your investment amount into that kind of asset category. That's it, guys, because there is a lot of things that I can say, and now we have covered this part. So we have covered the investments. I already said about the savings, how you should save and how much you should save. I have said to you what are the planned expenses and how I put some additional money into my personal bank for some kind of fun. The next time I want to cover a special story, and it's about money. Because people need to know, also me, I didn't know anything about money, how it's made, how it's printed, who prints it, why the US dollar is the global reserve or global currency. Is it pegged to gold or not? Why isn't now? What's the problem? What's inflation? What's the recession? And so on. Why these bricks suddenly appeared, and so on and so forth. To know that, to understand the world that we are living in, we have to first understand what is money, how it came into existence, what was money in the history, how we switched from swapping eggs for bacon, from that kind of trading to trading with some kind of papers, and so on. So guys, I believe it will be interesting. I hope that you didn't die. But we have to learn, we have to care about ourselves, and we have to pay ourselves first. Also, once more, you can go to my page, YouTube page, and you have all of the links here that I have shown you today regarding the wallet, the crypto exchanges, the investment applications for the real estate, the application for buying stocks, and so on. So you can find all of the links here. If you liked everything that you have heard, please share, like, subscribe, comment, give me a few likes, and I see you next time. Guys, you know when I said that I have made some money in my investments and that I'm rich? So my wife said that I have to correct myself, because it's not me who is rich, it's we.